Greetings, fans of Web3, NFTs, digital collectibles, metaverse, metavi, and the Nifty Show. You're here. We're here. I'm Joel Comm. That's Riles. Hello, good sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right, but your little intro there has me wondering, with so many metaverses, are we sort of dealing with like a metaverse verse at this point?
A metaversal, the metaverse. Well, you get me going on that rant. And I'm going to tell you that we're using the term wrong, that there's only one metaverse. Everything else is a verse, is a virtual world. Connect them all. Now we have a metaverse. Am I wrong?
No, I like that. We have to have a simple way to communicate that we have this verse of metaverses. And it's so cumbersome.
We need terminology that people understand. And today's project is no stranger to the metaverse world, combining all the things that we love in the entertainment sector of Web3, games, play and earn, tokens, NFTs, metaverse. It's all there. The name of the project is Origin Heroes. The website is originheroes.com. They're getting ready to do a sale of NFTs to kick this thing off. And with us, we have the one and only Phillip Kung, who is the founder, CEO, and hero in charge. Phillip, welcome to the Nifty Show.
Hey, thank you for having us. This is great to talk to you guys today, and really excited to talk to you a little bit more about Origin Heroes and explain to the audience what we're trying to do here. So yeah.
Well, for those who enjoy pictures, of course, many of you are listening to the show, but if you choose to go to YouTube or Odyssey or Rumble to watch the Nifty Show, then you will see this beautiful screen share that I have up right now of the website, Origin Heroes. And perhaps you can just kind of give us a basic foundation before we dive in too deep. What is Origin Heroes?
Yeah, so Origin Heroes is a game that we have in development, right? You mentioned it already, but it does really kind of extend much further than that. Origin Heroes is really an ecosystem that we're building that's kind of a culmination of many things, right? So the main driver behind the idea of Origin Heroes is that it's a story, right? It's an evolving story that's kind of playing out in real time. So it starts with kind of this fantasy universe that was kind of like my brainchild that I've been thinking about for a while. And this universe is called Etheria, right? If you want to call it a metaverse, we can call it a metaverse, right? And in this universe, there's, magic and mayhem, history, individual plot lines, wars, characters, kingdoms, iconic locations, kind of et cetera, et cetera. And that sets the stage for kind of the next piece, which is the storytelling. And so with the storytelling, the idea is that there is this history set in place that you can kind of read about in the form of lore on the website, but that story is kind of playing out in real time. So for example, like as we lead up to our mint next week, the idea is that the storyline is happening at the same time. And that event where the normal townspeople become heroes, which is kind of our minting event, is part of that story and is essentially kind of what is happening during the mint. And so with that mint, we're calling that the First Heroes Collective, which is kind of our Origin Heroes, our Genesis set. And yeah, so with the ecosystem we're building, we have kind of this world, this what I call a perpetual storyline unfolding in real time. The First Heroes Collective, that's kind of smack dab right in the middle of the story, and then kind of the game that ties it all together. It's the metaverse, and it's something we can't, wait to unveil over time to our holders and our community. So,
well, I can tell that you're an incredibly enthusiastic world builder, with which I can yeah. personally resonate. I feel you very much there. But more concretely, this is all surrounding the game, right? The game is sort of at the center of this, and there's a little bit of gameplay that we can see on the home page there. It almost looks like something that's reminiscent of a Bejeweled or Puzzle Quest. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, so the gameplay, so my history, just very quickly, I'm from the Web2 mobile gaming world, co-founded a company called TastyPill in 2015. Till today, we have just shy of 1 billion downloads. And so, yeah, so coming from that and having that experience, one of the things we wanted to really build is something that could really target and hit home with the very broad audience. So more of a casual genre that's very easy to learn, very easy to play. And so, the gameplay mechanic is something that I call Merge 2. So like when you mentioned Bejeweled and, some of these other ones that I'm sure you've heard of, like Match 3, like those Candy Crush style games. It's a different type of merging mechanic that is very fun and engaging. But it also, in my mind, does very well for what we're trying to accomplish with some of the earn mechanics, with some of the essentially rarity pieces that we can kind of put in the game. That will really cater to the ecosystem of NFTs that we're trying to kind of build in this play and earn model. So.
I'm super curious because Riles has played so many games. I went over to TastyPill.com to look at this, and I'm wondering, Riles, if you have played any of these: Cart Crash, Claw Builder, Push Tower, Witch Wheel, Bottle Flip 3D, Line Color 3D, People Wheel, Ball Slider 3D, Pick Me Up 3D, lots of games.
Oh, I can tell that this is sort of part of what's called the hyper casual mobile genre. Where what you've done is you've managed to create these very simple, high engagement but somewhat repetitive games that you're able to produce quickly, and they all have some sort of really engaging psychological aspects to them, which it probably relates to making things bigger or longer or faster. Am I on the right track here?
Yeah, no, you are on the right track. Most people don't necessarily know kind of the term hyper casual. It is really a reinvented arcade game, from probably our childhoods, right? And so it's reinvented in a way where it's kind of very broad. But there's a lot of data behind these games that we're working through, even though they look very simple, in that they're meant to essentially be very fun and engaging and addicting, but at the same time meant to really be easy to learn and easy to pick up by anybody, like a broad audience, whether you're kind of a teenager or kind of, a mom waiting for your children at soccer practice. Anybody can play these games. And that is kind of the idea that we're also tying into Origin Heroes as well, as making something that is more broadly targeted than, say, kind of, your traditional mid-core, hardcore type games, right? So
now this does raise a question from me, because you keep talking about this having broader appeal and wide accessibility, but on the entry page to the website, it says that the NFT collection is limited. So how do those two things work together?
Yeah, so the model that we're adopting here is we're looking to firstly build a core community, and those will be our initial holders, the holders of the first Heroes Collective NFTs that we're minting next week. There'll be 8,888 of them. Currently, we have a community that we're building in Discord that's very excited for this, about 15,000 strong. And so the idea is that that will be limited, and as we kind of develop the game, and we'll have various kind of alphas and betas, of course. This core community will essentially be right there with us, testing those, helping shape those. So one thing that I'm very excited about that I haven't mentioned yet is that we plan to build in a model that's not completely a DAO, but to be able to allow our holders to help kind of shape the storyline, possibly the feature sets of Etheria and the game. So a way to kind of present those ideas and have the rest of the community of the holders vote on those ideas. So very kind of storytelling based there as well. So the idea is that this is the way that we'll start. And once we kind of get the game off of the ground, coming from, obviously the mobile space where, scale is front and center. The idea is that the play and earn mechanic will be the second phase in essentially growing our player ecosystem. Whereas, those initial players will be able to earn, a utility token in the game called Elixir of Courage. And with that, there will be new generations of heroes that will be mintable. And with those new generations of heroes, those can be traded on secondary marketplaces to then onboard additional people, right? And then phase 3 for us is essentially coming then with the model where anybody can play the game. They might not necessarily be able to participate in play and earn mechanics quite yet, but there will be opportunities for them to do so along the way as well. So we kind of have it broken down in this 3-stage system. Obviously, we're very early on, right, in the development. But those types of things are very front and center with how we plan to essentially grow the game over time.
What I really like here is that this is not your first rodeo. You've been in game development for a long time, and you're bringing those sensibilities to the Web3 world, as opposed to a lot of people that just see opportunity to do Web3 and say, hey, we're going to build a game, but they don't really have experience in doing it. So the initial sale, then let's talk about how does somebody participate to get one of these initial 8,888 Origin Hero characters.
Yeah, so we're having our sale next week, the full details of which are on our Discord. So, anybody interested can join up there, and it's, easily available there in the announcements. But ultimately, the sale the public sale starts on Wednesday, the pre-sale on Monday. For the public sale, we're selling at a price of 0.1 Ethereum, and we are selling a total of 8,500 Origin heroes. And as mentioned, they're our first Heroes Collective, the Genesis set. And so, the full minting details are there in the Discord. And from there, that's kind of where it all begins for us, where, we'll actually have a holder community that, and we're super excited about it.
So as part of this land of magic and mystery that's listed on the website, you also talk about land ownership, and this looks different more and more with every project that pulls land out as something that users can engage with. So let's talk about what land is used for in Etheria and how users can acquire it.
Yeah. So, being personally in the NFT space for quite a while now, and we've seen kind of the whole trendiness that is land. Before, obviously we wanted to offer this, I really wanted to think and make sure that it made sense for this project and that there would be a very specific use case. And that those are details that have already kind of been thought of. So, the idea with Origin Land is what we're calling it, is that holders, this is one benefit of kind of our Origin Heroes Genesis collection, will be able to claim a land for free. So they'll be able, gas fees will apply, obviously, but they'll have a free claim to a piece of land. And there will also be an allotment that will also sell to the public. And the idea with the land is that just like using your hero to connect into the game as your character within Etheria, you'll also be able to connect your land. And with the land, there'll be a gameplay that will allow you to build and customize on that piece of land. And the idea is that with the land, the metadata and traits of that will be able to kind of push and stay with the land after it's been built or customized upon, so that if it is traded on a secondary market, those things will kind of carry with that land. So that's kind of the loose idea. Of course, can't give away too much at this point, but yeah, there will be very specific use case for land within our game.
It's all here on the website, gang. originheroes.com. Of course, do your own due diligence, not financial advice, not now, not ever, but just my own personal opinion is looks very cool. You can see the entire roadmap here. There's an FAQ to answer all your questions, and you can learn more about the team. I just love that you got a guy on the team named Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Rick. I'm a big fan of that. And I know Miggy. So I did not realize Miggy was on the team here, and you got a Lord Sandwich.
Yeah, Miggy is great. He knows everybody, so I'm not I'm not surprised that you know him. And yeah, he definitely is popping up everywhere for us on Spaces, helping with Discord, etc. So yeah, Miggy is great.
Well, as we get ready to close out, tell people what you want them to do.
Yeah, I guess that's a loaded question. If you like what you heard today, definitely visit our website. See for yourself if you like what we're doing. Jump into our Discord and pick up an Origin hero for yourself. And yeah, we're really excited to get this out there and to get people that are excited about what we want to do, which is kind of telling stories, building metaverses, as cliche as that sounds, and building a fun and engaging game for a broad audience, really. And
awesome.
Yep.
There you go. Hey, Phil, thanks for coming on today. We appreciate it. Good
cool.
luck with
Thank
your,
you so much. Yeah.
with your sale. And Riles, nice to see all the things combined. It looks like properly to me. My initial analysis. What do you think?
I think that the approach that they're taking is very interesting, and that they sort of got a two-stage plan in mind, where the first stage is kickstarting the second stage by building that core community through direct NFT engagement, and then pushing the more gamified piece of the property to the larger audience. And I'm definitely interested to see how that plays out from start to finish.
Me as well. Well, thanks everybody for watching and or listening today. We do appreciate when you subscribe. It means a lot to us. In fact, every time you subscribe, a kitten smiles somewhere. Somehow they know. It's like it's all interconnected. And we'll catch you on the next episode of the Nifty Show. Until then,
keep it nifty.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Zach are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Zach say this will blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty Show.